And the subtitles are on, which they're showing for me too. I don't want to see them. There we go. Hey, so today so far our work has led us to the point where we're able to read and process and now even write out the most common data file format there is, namely CSV files. So we're going to continue learning more about managing CSV files, but let's start using them to produce pictures. We're going to begin learning today something called Matplotlib. Sorry, realizing how warm it is in here today. I guess I'm dressed for it though, so I'll try and cope. Matplotlib is a very, very robust library for drawing all sorts of graphical information relating to data. So many of you or some of you might be going on for a data science degree. This is going to be one of your tools when using Python for rendering data in pictorial form. By the way, a data science minor or major could do really good things for your future rewards post-college. So I'd like to encourage that. Of course, computer science ain't bad either. Okay, so I'm going to fire up. Replit, and I'd like you to do the same. And don't look at that, because that could be part of your next project, which I'll post later today. And it involves using CSV files, our favorite file, StuData, to render graphical images. So for now, to begin our learning, we can use the console. So you don't have to have a program right now. So let me see, I think I can make that bigger. Good. All right, so to import Matplotlib, you would do it this way: from Matplotlib, import PyPlot as something shorter. How about PLT? Okay, now that's going to take a while because Matplotlib is really, really big. And that warning message in red is only due to the fact that we are on Replit. And it's just saying that it had to actually load a temporary directory to hold Matplotlib, because even though I have it configured here, let's see.
Yep, don't know how to do it, but
Installed packages, Matplotlib.
I don't know how to do
and
it, but yeah,
puts out that error message. So let's just ignore it,
I
okay?
downloaded Zoom and everything.
Okay. So
Class already started.
let's begin with the most basic plot, which is just an XY graph, a line graph. Okay. So for that, we need data, and we need data in two axes, X and Y, obviously. And these have to be lists, and they have to be numbers for X and Y. We can't plot words, for example. So let's create an X-axis list. And let's see, you could use range, right? Range from, let's say, 1 to 10, and turn that into a list. Do you remember how to do that, anybody? Anyone? Okay, so we know how to use a range, and we want to go from 1 to 10, and that's why I put it in 11. All right, it's going to stop one before. Now let's turn that range into a list. So X-axis, gee, what's in it? 1 through 10. Now, you know, I told you that list comprehension is, makes your brain hurt. And I told you not to read about it. But I'm going to use one right now because it's very convenient. What I want to do is create a y-axis, and I'll use the x-axis to create it. So I'll talk about this after I do it. Equals. Oh, x-axis. Okay, now let's see what's in the y-axis. Okay, so I took each element in turn of x-axis and called each element A. And then the list comprehension turns a list, makes a list out of A times A. And that's why you see 1, 4, 9, 16, 15, 25, etc. Okay, so that's list comprehension. But now we've got two axes that we can use to create something with a plot out of. So let's see what that's like. PLT
Wait, hang
dot
on.
plot x-axis and y-axis.
Can you read what's in the
Yeah, great.
y-axis?
Replit understands matplotlib, and it created a little window for you to see the output, but there's no output yet. But we have created a plot. So let's do plt.show will display the most recent plot. And we might need to move. Okay, you might need to move that around. Well, oh well. I bet you it'll be easier to see if I make it smaller. Well, that's going to have to be good enough. So you'll see that the x-axis is going from about 1 to 10, and the y-axis is showing 1 to 100, and there's our lovely curve. So to review what we've done so far, you need an x-axis, which is a list. You need a y-axis, which is a list. Then you can prepare a plot, and then you can show the plot. Now, the x-axis and the y-axis must have the same size. So, oh, this is interesting. Notice the chevron hasn't returned. So you'll have to go up here. I hope you can see my cursor. Can you see my cursor? Can anybody hear me? Okay, my cursor, I'm clicking the X in the top right of figure 1. And now my chevron returns. Now, if I do plot.show again, I don't get anything because I've used up the plot. And that's actually a feature. Now, what I'm going to do now is make X and Y lists different size so you can witness the error.
Professor, can you hear us?
X-axis dot append 99. And now the length of x-axis is different from, say, not equal to the length of y-axis. And that's going to print true. The lengths are not equal. Let's try creating a plot. And you get a big bad nasty error.
Can you hear us?
All right. Yeah, Victoria. Sorry.
Can you hear us? You
Can't hear
can't
you.
hear us.
What? Look in the chat. Hello. Why am I not hearing anything? Okay, someone keep
no.
talking.
Can you hear us
Hello?
now?
Can you
Make
hear
some
us?
noise, come on.
Hello?
Hello.
All right, I'll tell you what, let me keep trying various tricks. Someone say something?
Uh-oh. Hello?
Hello? Good morning.
All right. What else can I try? Wi-Fi is off, that's fine. Sound, external headphones. This is connected. This is test, test, test. Oh, this has never happened before, as people want to say. Okay, let me try something else. Still working on it. Source to be Donager. Still working on. Hello?
Can you hear us?
Yes, I heard that. I've
Hello?
missed you so much. Okay, so I was lecturing. Did you hear the lecture?
Yes.
Yeah, we could hear you.
Okay, so Tori, did you have a question?
Yeah, so when I try to do the plt.plot, it says PLT is not defined, but I did that whole like import as PLT. So I don't know what I did wrong.
You check the each and every letter very carefully.
I think I have all that right.
Okay. Well, then let's try something else as a test. Let's try just say PLT, and you should see that.
I do not get that.
All right. I'm going to stop sharing, and if you are willing, can you show us your screen?
Yeah. Okay, ignore I typed in x-axis wrong a million times, but here's my,
Okay, from matplotlib, import pyplot as PLT. And it gave you the, oh, there's an actual error after the warning message. Cannot import name. Oh, I see two Y's in the error message. That's interesting. So can you try typing that in again from matplotlib? Import pyplot, P-Y-P-L-O-T, as PLT. Okay, type in PLT.
okay.
Ah, it's working now. Okay, so there's the place where the window will go, and then plt.show.
With parentheses.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And then if you can resize that, somehow you'll get to see the whole picture.
Okay. Thank
You're welcome. Let me try to demonstrate what this would look like if it were not running in Replit. So I'm going to start showing you my screen in a moment. And so instead, let me share the whole desktop because I don't know what. Am I showing the whole desktop? I'm screen sharing. I hope you see what I see. Okay, so here it is. I'm on Python on my local computer. So from matplotlib import pyplot as PLT. And maybe I haven't installed it. Oh, that's because I'm not on my computer. I'm on somebody else's computer. That's why. So I didn't install it on that computer. Let me try again. And now I think I have to stop the share and share again. Oh, wait, I was sharing the desktop. So that was not a problem. Okay, so let's go here. Python 3, because that's what you have to do on a Mac to get to Python 3. It's on Replit, it's just Python. So from matplotlib import pyplot as PLT. And you see if it's on your own local machine. Yes, it does take a while, but there'll be no error. Okay, and let me create some data. X-axis equals list of a range from 1 to 11. And then I'm going to use the list comprehension. I'll explain it again. Syntax. So list comprehension only works with lists. And what the syntax says is for each and every member of X-axis, call it A, and then put into the list a value of A times A. So what's in Y-axis? All the squares from 1 to 100. So far, everything's been identical. So PLT dot plot of X and Y. X-axis, I did it again. And Y-axis. And now PLT dot show. And tell me if you see the, interesting. It crashed. I've never seen it do that before. In fact, I did this earlier just to make sure that I knew what I was doing. Okay, well, what I wanted to show you is that the window that is created when you run pyplot locally is different from the one that you saw on Replit. In Replit, pretty much the window only gives you the choice to close the window. But when you run it locally, the window gives you a button to save the current picture. It gives you a tool to let you pan and zoom in on the graph, zoom out on the graph. So I wanted to demonstrate that to you, but I seem to have run into a difficulty. That has not happened before. All right, don't cry over spilt code. So let's go back here. And let me see, do I still have this? Okay. All right, so we're back on Replit, and I created a situation which this error is shown. I have an X-axis and a Y-axis, which are two different sizes. One is 11 and one is 10. So So let me fix that. Do you remember how to remove something from a list?
Use dot pop.
Okay, let's try that. So I think it was x-axis. Yes, okay, dot pop. And let's see what we got. Excellent. You got it. All right, so let's build our plot again and show our plot again. And this time Riplet's going to have a canary. All right, I will reload the page. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Replit. Okay, we don't need to see that. So here, oh wow, if you go down far enough, you do get all of the options. I didn't realize that. So this was the button that can you see my mouse? Okay.
Yep.
This was the button that was pushed to close the window. Because you notice way down here, the chevron did not return. But I want to draw your attention way down south here. If you click on this, you'll be able to save the picture. It'll be saved by default as a PNG file, but you can also make it a JPEG if you wish. And I'll give it a file name of fig.jpg. And if I go to my files section, do I see fig? Of course not. Okay, but if this had been on your own computer, you would now have a picture for the figure that you saved. Now you can also zoom in. You know what? You can't do that here in Replit either. There's a, oh, wait. You have to, yeah, okay. And now I can, it's just not working very well under Replit. So in a class sometime soon, I'll show you how to install Python on your own computer, and then we can play with this again. All right, so hitting the home should take you back to the whole graph. Okay, I'm going to close this now. And my chevron, I'm now frozen out of Python. Oh, well. I'm going to reload the page again. This doesn't work out so well with Replit. Is anybody else having troubles like I'm having out loud? Anybody? You're all doing fine. It's just me.
Yeah, mine's working okay.
Yeah, I kind of am.
All right, let's do show and click here, and my chevron is back. That's correct. Do it again, and let's see if I can see all of the window. I'll try to, yeah, now I see the problem why I didn't find the file, is it's putting it in a place that I don't have access to. Actually, wait, if I double click there and now save, now let me look for a PNG file. There it is, yay. Okay, we figured that one out. Let me demonstrate another again. So in order to put your picture in a place that you can find it in Replit, you click on Save the Figure. this particular time, it's going to be as a PNG file. You can give it the name you want. When this came up the first time, the directory in which the picture would be saved was set to home runner, but it needs to be in your REPL. And now if you hit save, I'll have pic.png in the files area. There it is.
Okay, I'm not getting the image.
Okay, I'm going to close my window and I'm stopping the share. Could you share your screen?
Yeah, sure. If I could, I know for a fact I did not have everything you had,
Okay.
and it's not letting me click on it.
Yeah, thank you,
Oh.
Replit.
Never
So
mind.
try up arrow. If the up arrow, okay, and again,
What?
and again. No, you need the, oh, I see what was going wrong for you is that you don't have, you didn't have the plt.plot. So use down arrow a bunch of times until you get just the red chevron. Good. Now say plt dot plot, plot, parenthesis, x-axis, comma, y-axis. Okay, hit enter. And
There we go.
there it's starting up. And now plt.show.
Let me scroll down.
Yep, right there. plt.show, parenthesis, parenthesis.
Okay,
Awesome.
then. But how do I
Okay.
download it again?
All right. Well, to download it, we have to be able to push the correct button. So we need to be able to see the correct button. Try making the picture a little wider. Maybe that'll give us the room. Almost there.
How about
Let
that?
go. No, all right. So are you on Windows or Mac?
Mac.
Okay, try Command minus. That didn't do anything?
That didn't do anything.
Let's see, Command. Yeah, that should have,
Oh, like
all right,
this?
well, yeah, there you go. Now, you see the floppy disk?
Floppy this?
Yep. That, by the way, is a 3.5-inch floppy, as opposed to a 5.25-inch floppy or even bigger. Okay, so click on that. Now, notice directory is home runner, but
Right.
your REPL is making an image. So double click on that one. Double click on, you see below, go a little bit below. Making an image, double click on that. And now, if you like figure1.pmg as the name, you can go ahead and hit save.
Yeah, I'll just call it graph.
Graph.png.
I didn't say that in time.
All right, well, let's see what happens. Well, click on that. And there you go.
All right.
Good. Okay. Can I help anyone else? If you could stop sharing.
All right. And you know what? Another quick question. For every time we have to do one of these graphs, do we always have to start with from what's it called again?
Matplotlib.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Yep. That's a Python package. In order for Python to figure out what's going on and have the code ready, you have to import the package.
All right, I will stop sharing.
All right. Now, Matplotlib is an extraordinarily sophisticated package. Let me share my browser. I'd like to show you a range of some of the things that it can do. So I'll just search Matplotlib and go to the gallery. And these are samples with code of how to make various types of graphs. Now, sometimes it's pretty complicated. So we've only seen the simplest example so far, but you can pretty much do anything with this package. You can design a graph that fits any need for your discipline and your purpose. So it can work with images, pictures, these are fun. Let's keep going. You can have more than one plot on the same image. You can control various labels. You can control the colors, of course. You've seen that in these examples. Whisker plots. So by now, you've probably seen pretty much every kind of chart you can imagine. You can draw arrows. Still going through. You can typeset mathematics if you wish. And we're still going. Here's various color support, various shapes that you can draw built in, certain types of styles. This is a favorite. This is 538 style. Comes from the website 538.com. The color schemes and the thick lines are very attractive to a lot of people. And okay, I'll just scroll faster now because it's still going. So folks, anything you want to do with a graph, you can do with PyPlot. It's still going. Please make it stop. So yes, it's a very, very sophisticated package. Okay, so let's add a little bit. First, pause for questions. Anybody have questions?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you zoom out the graph? I'm still trying to figure that out.
Zoom, so magnifying glass, you'll have to be able to see what's on the bottom of the picture. So magnifying glass,
Okay.
and then you have to only zoom within the picture itself. You see the back, oh, it's working now. See the box that I swept out?
Yeah.
So it's showing me only what's inside the box. Zoom.
Oh, okay.
And now to zoom all the way back out, you can reset original view. That's the house.
Got it.
Good. Okay, now if you are zoomed in, I'll zoom in again. You can then select the icon next to the magnifying glass, and you should be able to Okay, so that's still not working for me on PyPlot. Right mouse button zooms, left mouse button pans. That should be what it's supposed to do. Okay, but it didn't work. Okay, other questions?
Yeah, I have a quick question. I accidentally minimized the graph when it came up, and I don't know how to unminimize it. Like, there's just a blank screen. It's kind of stupid,
that?
but I can't seem to find it.
Okay, so I just did it too. And you're right. We're kind of stuck. So Control C, that doesn't help. How about reloading the page? Let's try that. Good. I think we're ready again. And no, we're not. Now that it's minimized for life. Okay, well, let me try and get us both back. I'm going to close the Replit window and attempt to enter it again, and that should give me a brand new environment. And no, it's not a brand new environment. How about clearing that? No, no. Well, hey, I bit the bullet for you here to try and feel your pain, and I am. Let's see, this should be gone now. No, it's still there. Okay, it's going to take me a moment. This is good lesson. It's going to take me a moment to find what's necessary to maximize the window again. Well, I can't. All right. I'm going to try logging out entirely. I mean, that's the heaviest hammer, right? If I log out, I should definitely get a brand new machine when I log in. I've got the same machine. Okay. Now, who was I speaking to? Who closed their window?
That was me.
Was that Tori?
Sarah.
Sarah. Okay, because I don't have the pictures of everybody up. So Sarah, are you using a Mac or Windows?
Mac.
Okay. Are you willing to, let's try something on your machine, okay?
Okay.
Are you willing to show your whole desktop?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead. Now, if you have a Mac, follow along.
Okay. Just the whole desktop.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay. Can you see everything?
Yes, beautiful picture. So can you use Command Space? That's the Spotlight search. Command and space key and type in terminal. And hit return, enter. Okay, you are in the terminal now. Try Python space dash version. And let's see what version of dash, not
Oh, sorry.
slash.
Sorry.
Version, and hit enter. Okay, try Python 3 dash version. See if that is even there. Space dash version. No space between the dash.
Apparently, I don't have some of it.
Okay, so do you have a lot of space on your hard drive?
I should, yeah.
Okay, then click install, and everybody else click agree, who's on the Mac, and this is going to take years.
Okay.
So Sarah, I'm sorry, you'll have to follow along.
That's fine.
All right, so let me see if I can get back to. Still trying to figure out how to get back to a working window for me. And I don't see how I'm going to be able to do that. Let's see. You know what I'll do is I'll create a new REPL entirely. Let me try that. Okay, so let me start sharing my screen again, or am I sharing my screen? I'm not. Share the screen. Well, whenever you transition to something new, things happen. So this time, let's write it as a Python program. So from matplotlib import pyplot as PLT. And instead of using the console, well, I could still click the run button here. Let's see what happens. And did that work? I have no idea. All right, that's working. Okay. Let's create our data again. Make a list out of a range from 1 to 11. Oh, what the heck? Let's do a more detailed, no, that'll be ridiculous. All right, well, let's just do that. Okay, and then the y-axis will be that crazy list comprehension. And now I'll do that simple plot, plt.plot, x-axis and y-axis, and plt.show. And let's run this. And whatever you do, don't minimize the window. You'll never see it again. But at least we'd have the stop button. Okay, so we're back to where we were. I'm going to click the X, and we're live again. So what do you say we add a title to the plot? There's all sorts of modifications that you can do, customizations you can do to a plot. And if you do it after the plot, you can, and before the show, you can make those modifications. So for example, plot.title. Okay, let's run that. And there it is. This is a title. Okay. And how about a label for the x-axis? PLT dot X label. Widgets. And how about PLT dot Y label? I have a feeling I'm spelling it wrong. And run. No, I didn't spell it wrong.
Professor,
Please.
so the fact that you have your X and Y axis labeled X and Y axis doesn't really matter for that, right?
Correct.
It's always going to be PLT.X label, PLT.Y label, regardless of what you decide to call. Okay,
Correct.
thank you.
All right.
I'm no longer getting a graph.
What are you getting?
Just a blank screen, but I didn't hit minimize or anything
Okay. Are you still using the console, or are you creating it as a program like this?
in the program.
Okay. We can't be completely sure that the program you're running when you hit run is the one that you're writing. So can you tell me the name of the program you created?
It's main.py.
Oh, that should be it then. Let's try it from here. So Python main.py. Okay, so that worked from here.
And
Did this work for you by trying it from the console,
I
from the
get-
shell?
I get an error message at the end saying plot is not defined.
PLOT?
Yeah.
Okay, would you be willing to share your screen?
Yes.
Okay. So, and if you want to get your window wider again, this is a bug in.
Yeah, it just
Yeah,
does
you
it
have
when
to
I change.
reload. Yep. Okay. So line 7 has a couple of typos in it.
Oops.
And that's one. No. There's a second one. Look at the beginning of the line, line 7. There you go. Try to run.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so what else can we do? Let's try to see if we can't take a look at some different types of plots. Here's one that we can do without any different setup. Here's scatter. Okay, let's see what that does. Okay, do you have that? Now I wonder what else we could do with exactly the same data. So I'm going to close this. And I'm going to duplicate this line and go back to our old friend plot. So now I have plot scatter. I wonder what that'll do. Yeah, now I have the dots on the line graph. But wouldn't it be nice if they were different colors? Okay, let's try this. Close that. And maybe I'll make the lines black. So color equals string black. Actually, it's K, I think. Let's try that. Ah, I was right. So the color of the lines is now black. And that comes from CMYK, I think, the use of K for black, because B would already be blue. As a matter of fact, let's try B. Let's try B. Stop. And run it again. Okay, so that's what the B looks like. Now, it turns out there are a huge number of predefined colors. So let's try, I don't know, sea green. Okay, and tell you what, let's try making the dots, I don't know, brown. Color equals brown. Let's try that. Okay. So the dots are brown, but the lines are going over on top of them. I wonder, maybe we can influence the depth by changing the order. So let's put the scatter down. This would be counterintuitive. Let's see if it works. Nope, still coming out in front. Because the dots should have been in front. The last graph that you draw should be the one that's in front. So that should have done it. I'll have to look that up. All right. So let's see, what else? Let's try, I wonder if we do, I'm gonna make that a comment and this a comment. And how about plot dot pi? And that would take only one axis. Let's try that. It might be pi or it might be pi plot. No, it's pi. So notice that the colors were chosen for you. You could define them yourself. So what a pi plot is, and by the way, data scientists will tell you that pi plots are like the worst plot imaginable because they don't give you any sense of scale except for items relative to each other. So there's 10% of a circle. Well, actually, it's not 10%. So the way PyPlot works is it takes your data that you give it. In this case, I gave it x-axis, and it adds all of the values up and then divides each value by the sum. And that gives the percentage of the circle. All right, so there's 3 types of plots. Let's try going back to our friend plot. And I wonder if there's a way of turning the dots into different symbols. So let's try. Marker equals, and let's give it a tilde. Oh, look at that. Instead of dots, I've got triangles. Okay. There are a lot of different marker types. Does anybody have any questions so far? Anybody? All right. So what do you say we use the information that we have so far and create a program with some real data? Making a spectacle out of myself. All right, so we have stew data. Why don't we try? Actually, before we move on, see what that does. This might be fun. All right, so get rid of marker and get rid of color. Let's just see the default. And here's your friend, the bar graph.
Can you make each bar a different color?
Yes, you can.
How many lines of code is that going to be?
Well, with 10 items, I'm going to have to type in 10 different colors.
Fair enough.
So let's try it. Colors equals, oh, I don't know, red, green, blue, black, yellow, cyan, magenta. I'm about to drop a glass of water, not good. Let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, how about brown, gold, that's 9, and I
Purple.
don't know.
And
Let's
purple.
try it. Let's try it. Okay, and then to go here and say color equal colors. Let's try that. What do you think?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Does the random function work with the colors? Like, could you just randomize the colors for the graphs or?
Yeah, I'm trying not to ask why would you do that.
It was just a functionality question, I guess.
There would be ways of doing it, yes. Well, for example, we could import from random import shuffle, and then we could say shuffle colors and hope for the best. You'll never remember if, I think that's the way shuffle works. Yep, they're randomized now. So if I run it again, we'll get different order of the colors. No, that was the same order of the color. No, it is different. Yeah, it is different. I was just thrown off by gold being at the end twice. Okay, other questions?
It is not showing the different colors for me.
All right, would you be willing to show your screen?
Sure. So here we are.
All right, hit run. Things look good so far.
So it just tells me to run again.
Yeah, he said we can't see anything. Hit run again. And okay, could you make the console window a little bit taller? Is there anything being printed there? Yeah, there you go. Okay, I see it now then. On line 11,
11.
it would be color equals colors, not colors equal
Oh.
colors. Yep, try that again. Yep, it's real important to read the error messages.
There we go.
Okay, now find the way to, well, you can hit the stop button. Okay. Now, the documentation for matplotlib, we should take a look at that. I should tell you where it is. And
For
could
what I
you
have
stop-
or the
yeah,
lecture?
could you stop showing? Could you stop showing your screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I thank you for your
let
help.
me- I'm sorry, what?
I just said thanks.
Oh, you're quite welcome. So let me add another screen, another window here, and go matplotlib.org. And tutorials is going to be your friend. And also the documentation. Now the documentation is enormous. Looks small here, but let's say we go to the modules and we want to find PyPlot, and there's a lot there. So the way that I recommend that you search the documentation, it would be using Google, saying matplotlib and no.org. And let's see, what would I like to search? How about adding a grid? And that will take you to, this one's a good one, W3 schools. Okay. So, well, gee, I can get a basic grid just by asking for a grid. Let's try that. Go back to Replit. And after that, I'll say plot.grid. See, Python with its default variables is very, very friendly. Okay, now these grid lines are in front of the bars, and I really don't like them there. So let me try moving this before the bar. And if the planets are aligned correctly, they should be behind the bar now. And it's not. It used to be. That's how you would do it. Okay, I'll have to look into a solution for that. That I'm genuinely surprised by. And this one, you can't tell which one's in front, so. Okay, so on this page, you'll see how to set up only the x-axis having, only the y-axis having a grid. You can change the colors, you can change the line style. That would be an interesting one. Let's try that going back here. Let's bring back our, let's see, there's the pie, there's the bar. Let's do the, oh, I seem to have lost just regular old plot. That's the one I want. PLT dot plot, X axis, Y axis, and let's take a look at our documentation. And I'd like to set up a line style, and I'll bet you it's the same if I put that into grid. I'm sorry, if I put that here. So line style equals, and give it a string. Let's try that. And that's just one, that's one dash. Okay, now let's give it two dashes. Okay. How about let's add back in our dots. So that would be marker equals circle. O. Marker equals little o. Okay. All right. So the ways that you can customize these graphs are infinite. The project that I'm going to ask you to write is going to use the CSV file StuData, and let me show you. What it's going to do is you specify the data file on the command line, and you specify a major or the word all, and then it's going to create for you a plot of the GPAs within that major or within all majors, if you say all. And it's going to color code the dots by if you're a freshman, a sophomore, or a junior or senior. So that will be the next project. It'll be online later today. So, and I think you're now ready to go attack that project immediately because you know how to do it. Okay, any questions? Anybody?
When is that next project going to be due?
That will be due a week from today's Thursday. So that'll be due a week from Thursday. So it's 1 week to do. That seem all right? Let me review the project a second time, and maybe it'd be the following Tuesday. So a week plus a weekend. Hey, do you know that, today being Thursday, we have that barbecue on Discord every Thursday night. So what I'm kind of suggesting is if you're having a hard time on the project, next Thursday night, come to the barbecue and ask questions, get help, individual help. I haven't really seen many of the 1100 students on the Discord. Do you need a copy of the invite again? Anybody interested? You don't have to go, but it's helpful. It's more tutoring. And we have a tutor, Bailey Wellen. Has anyone used Bailey?
I have, yeah, I've gone to her for help.
Good. And I'm willing to bet she's been great. Has she? I hope.
Yeah.
Good. I'm going to be very, very sorry to see her go. She's graduating this year. Yeah, I've really enjoyed having working with Bailey. The her senior project is she hasn't purchased the domain, but it could be please don't sing. And what it is you sing happy birthday, and then it uses artificial intelligence to to give you a reading as to whether or not other people will like your singing. So that's why it's called Please Don't Sing. If you need to tell a relative, please don't sing, say, hey, try out this website, but it's not live yet. Okay, so that's what I have for today. You have questions from the book. Oh my God, we didn't do a review. Oh, okay. So opportunities for review. Chapter 7, Chapter 6, Chapter 8, any of the chapters. Anybody? Okay, hearing none, then we'll call it quits for today, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Look for the assignment to be posted tonight. Okay, bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye,
So-
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.